How Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom is a 2021 isekai fantasy comedy drama that is currently airing as of this tape. I think it's at episode 9 or episode 8. Anyway, the protagonist is named Soma, a university student whose grandfather recently died, but before he died, he told him to, as soon as you graduate from college, get a job, have a wife and kids, and make your legacy. Basically follow the life script. While in university, as he is studying to be a civil servant and studying for his political science degree, he in returning a book called The Prince, which is an actual book by Niccolo Machiavelli, he gets summoned to a typical medieval isekai setting. There is revealed that he is summoned not to be a hero, but to be traded off to a more powerful kingdom known as the Grand Chaos Empire, because the kingdom that Soma is in, the kingdom of Elfian, is out of money to fight the demon lord and his army. Now, the kingdom of Elfian does not have any soldiers to contribute to the fight against the demon lord. So they send money and resources. Money and resources, and they ran out of money and resources. So they had to trade something. And in their treaty, it basically says that if you don't have enough resources or money, you can summon a hero to help with the fight against the demon lord. Soma realizes that he's in big trouble, and he has to use his knowledge of economics and politics to solve the kingdom's basic problems of why they're in an economic crisis. Basically, the fact that they need to get their budget back in order, and other issues that the kingdom is facing, such as problems with infrastructure, trade, and all other issues. Soma is made so powerful that he is made the king of the kingdom because the previous king had to allocate the throne in order to make that happen. And as a bonus, he gets the daughter of the king that allocated the throne, Lisa Ephraim, and she initially didn't want to be with the new king, but she gets used to it. Now, the Realist Hero has the trappings of an isekai anime, but mostly without standard hero action or the standard overpower abilities seen in isekai. It's more of a comedy drama with elements of political drama and at one point a political thriller. Even though there are political elements also in the first episode and some quotes here and there, it's more to attract the audience and use as decoration. The protagonist's actions is more like acting in a game of Civilization, a well-known video game, than being the prince from the titular book written by Niccolo Machiavelli. The Prince is a book written by Niccolo, and it's a book about the art of acquiring and maintaining political power, the character behavior of what a ruler should behave, how it's important to select the right type of soldiers to defend a kingdom, how to select the right type of advisors and ministers, being practical as a leader than being a good leader, and how power is an end to itself in any state. Basically, it describes human nature in politics. But his actions in Realist Hero is mostly focusing on rebuilding the kingdom through infrastructure and public works. But he did two things. Princes should undertake great projects to enhance their reputation, which is done with the building of roads to and from the new city that is being built near the sea, as depicted in the anime, light novel, and manga. And princes must avoid making themselves hated and despised. The goodwill of the people is a better defense than any fortress, which is done by doing these mini TV shows on how to deal with the food shortage by introducing new foods that can be eaten if cooked correctly. And with this, he is rebuilding the kingdom to be more stronger economically in order to fend off economic demands and ultimately being freed by foreign domination. And the foreign domination is represented by the Grand Chaos Empire. And to the end, they can force the Grand Chaos Empire to accept the demands of the Kingdom of Efin. And ultimately, economic power will lead to political power, as in any other state. Soma's actions in the series represent the broad term of political realism, as in the title of the anime. It is a theory of politics that attempts to explain, model, and describe political relations. Basically, power is the primary end to any leader or state. But people in political realism, this philosophy, disagree on how politicians should maximize their power. It's a worldview of international politics that each state is in concern of their own security, economic, political, or national security, and act in pursuit in their own interests and struggle for said power. And there are two views of said political classical realism represented by 20th century theorists, such as Reynold Niebuhr and Hans Montagu. And the other end of political realism, it's extreme realism or radical realism, represented by Niccolo Machiavelli's doctrine that anything can be justified by reason of state or by leader, and which has already been seen in some dictatorships in the real world, such as the Soviet Union or the Syrian Middle Eastern country of Syria. But for me, this is just a briefing of how political realism is related to the anime. But reality is mostly the protagonist of the anime, Soma, is more of classical realism, basically building your state up and using good deeds, and actually building your state, having goodwill of the people, than of being a political dictator. But that's all I gotta say. I'm gonna be producing more videos more often. Thanks for watching. I don't really have much of an intro this time because I got other things on my plate, but just want to put this video on. I might be doing a much more detailed video on the Realist Hero, but seriously, it's a good anime. You should go watch it. Where you get your anime from? Definitely read the light novel and the manga. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.